O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge, just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Can you believe that silly catchphrase has led to this, bruh?
Crazy.
Just because.
Just literally off the cuff,
So before we talk about the Saints taking on the Washington football team, also, I didn't realize this, but did you realize the Saints, their schedule literally had them on the road besides one home game, a lot at the beginning of the schedule? I was checking, I was like, God damn, they had a shit ton of road games.
A ton of road games, man. A ton.
But we gotta announce it. We have partnered with Minute Media. We are a part of Fansided. The hashtag Saints Twitter podcast is now the official podcast of Who Dat Dish. What? So thanks for we could walk people through it, but long story short, Patrick Allen reached out to us and wanted to talk to us about joining the Minute Media / Fansided podcast network, and we listened, and it's just crazy that this has happened, because going back, Ryan and I literally, I'm gonna walk people through this, right? I'm gonna put the business on the table, right? Last summer, during the off season, I hit up Tony Pauline. Tony had some draft nuggets, some Saints draft nuggets, but he wasn't gonna tell them to me through email. I was like, all right, let's jump on the podcast. We can do them. And so I reached out to Nick Underhill and said, hey, we could do a special Saints Talk episode, get Tony Pauline on, get the draft nuggets. Hey, this situation with the Athletic, there's this clause, can't have people on the show. So I was like, all right. So at this point, it wasn't even the emotional investment in the Saints. At this point, I was just a draft fiend, bro. So I wanted the news. I wanted to know who they were talking to, who the Saints were looking at. I hit up Ryan. I was like, Ryan, let's fucking just do a podcast and get Tony on so we can fucking talk about the Saints, bro. So we can get this draft news. Was supposed to be 2 episodes done. 100+ episodes later, it's crazy, because when I walked away from podcasting, when I hung my jersey up, when I hung up my jersey from Saints Talk podcast, I thought that was it, bro. I didn't have the urge, the passion, anything to podcast anymore. Just didn't have it.
The game ain't in me no more, man. None of it.
To do this episode, with you, and this is not me just fucking scratching your back or blowing, smoke up your ass, but it's just refreshing. It's different. I enjoy doing it. And the fact that we basically just talk about the fucking Saints and usually badmouth them. And it has turned into an opportunity where, with that said, with the opportunity that Minute Media is giving us, that we could get sponsorship opportunities, brand opportunities. It's hard to conceptualize, bro. But here we are.
And I just want to let the fans know, our listeners, that nothing's going to change. Like when we went into that deal, we were very apprehensive because, me and Adam, we like our freedom. We like to say what we want to say. We like to have on any guests we want to have on. That's how we approach Saints Twitter podcast. We look at it as just our vehicle to talk about stuff we want to talk about. So we were dead against any control over our content, how often we got to put stuff out, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Adam a busy guy, I'm a busy guy.
We were just like, we honestly thought we were not gonna, like, we went in thinking like, no, we're not. We ain't doing that shit.
I'm like, fan-sided. I don't even read no damn fan-sided, bro. But shout out to fan-sided. I'm reading them now. Who that dish, baby? Who that dish.com? You hear me? But yeah, man, it like you said, we didn't even go in expecting it, but after looking through the deal and stuff like that, it has nothing to do with, like, we're not like a part. They don't control our content or anything like that. It's just a partnership. Is a way to grow the podcast and get it out there and grow, try to grow this thing into something bigger. So you won't see any negative effects, and you might hear some ads here and there, but that was coming regardless. So that's the only change.
It was, and for anyone who is a Patreon, absolutely nothing for our Patreons or changing at all. Ryan and I still plan to start doing the quarterly or whatever, just doing the episodes for the Q&A. So if all the perks of being a Patreon, you are still getting those perks. Like, that is not changing.
And it's only going to get better. Honestly, the perks are going to.
Like just this week on a whim. Shout out to the homie Joey for the suggestion. Created a Discord for all our Patreons.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Patreon. The link for the Discord is there. Sometimes during the days it's popping, other times it's not because people are working. But there's different channels. There's just a general channel where we usually talk about Saints, movies, TV channel. There's a game day channel.
Game day channel gonna be lit.
I can't be in the game day channel because my stream's always behind everyone, and I don't like to be spoiled. But best believe after the game over, I'm gonna go through that bitch and scroll back and just be, that feel. Could you imagine the game day channel from fucking this past game? The Giants, right? They was up 21-10 in the fourth quarter.
Oh man, I love game day, bro, because everybody either sucks or is the best player ever.
Yes, that's it. There's no in between, bro.
Like, if you would have saw Saints Twitter on game day, bro, like, Sean Payton is the worst coach in the NFL. The worst. He is the worst. But he was the worst coach that day.
It was awful. That was like, Sean's had some stinkers.
That was a top 5 stinker right there, bro.
Absolutely gross. So before we get into this game against the Washington football team, that honestly, you hate to say like a must-win game, but it's a fucking must-win game, right? But I got to talk about these Saints, Ryan. I got to talk about them. And it goes back to the product on the field doesn't bug me, bruh. But like people like within my mentions today, like there was someone still like Captain Saber or Ruiz, and I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I think it just goes back to seeing the Saints as a fan. And then what happens today, bro? Stephon Gilmore trades to the Panthers. Oh, what did the Panthers do last week? Trade for C.J. Henderson. Seeing a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers add offense weapons on top of offense weapons. The Panthers did it, had DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, drafted Terrace Marshall. And here I'm just like, it goes back to our podcast we did this summer. The What is the Vision fucking podcast.
Yes.
And I see myself just as a fan, just thinking that so much now. Because I don't know what the vision is. Like, is it, and I think the game against the Washington football team is going to be so telling, because if Paulson Adebo is starting and Bradley Roby is not starting, and they gave a third round pick for Bradley Roby, then it's just like, okay. Is the plan this season just to see what you guys have in the young players and try to like assess? I don't know, man. Like it's just kind of bugging me. It's just like, what really is this team? And I think last week's game was such a kind of like a microcosm of that, and just having like lingered on it, it's just expanded. And shout out to D, who broke down that 3rd and 2 play that Sean ran.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, we talked about it on the recap for the game, but it's like in the second half, Sean took the training wheels off Jameis, and it was kind of refreshing to see the whole fucking Taysom thing, bruh. People making video cut-ups, Ryan. People fed up in the streets.
That video cut-up was, I don't know your boy name, man. Tay or whatever.
Not my guy, but I saw it.
That shit. Him and Evan, my dude. Evan, he's the
shout out to Evan. Love Evan.
Man, that shit was funny, man. Cause like, bro, take some deep ball is just horrible, man. It's like, why would you bring him in to be a deep ball passer? Like, why?
It goes back to what I said on Sunday, bruh. Like, it's one thing if Drew's the quarterback. I get it, bruh. I get it. But when you have Jameis, why? And like, at Angry Houdat made like a good salient point on Twitter, and he was like, if you look at it from the prism of Sean wanted to just rock out with his dick out type of mindset, right? Like, like going back to it is like, oh, okay. Well, I have a quarterback that can throw a 50-yard touchdown, and that got called back. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my other quarterback in here and like who can also do it. Oh wait, it got intercepted. Like that pettiness is, if you like really think about it, I was like, yeah, that really fucking does sound like Sean, huh? Like,
when I saw that, I was like, yeah.
Like that, I was like, damn, that sounds exactly fucking like him. But then it's like, what are you doing? Like, just go win the game. Like,
right.
And at that point in the game, it wasn't like that Eagles game, right, where Drew throws that touchdown pass to Alvin, where it's like it's already out of reach. Like, that's still a tight game.
Yeah. No, that is Sean Payton pulling his dick out, and it's like, look, when sometimes he does that, and we love that shit, but it's like, man, I don't know. I think that's always been a part of him. Like, I think just like there's a certain part of players that'll always be a part of their game. That's the same with coaches. Like, that'll always be a part of Sean Payton. Like, we do we remember the jet sweep with a tight end? Jet sweep with a tight end on 4th and 1 or something like that.
Oh,
like,
the Josh Hill fucking play, bro.
Yeah, Josh. This is Sean Payton, bro. Like, this is always going to be him. There's a reason he got like called out in his play calling duties. They took it away in with the New York Giants and stuff, because he just has these things. He has these moments, man. Part of it is what makes him great. Part of it is what's so frustrating about him, bro. And I think he's gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna. I know he's looking back at it like, but at the same time, man, it's like you said, like with the personnel decisions.
Oh,
It's like I don't like you said. I don't know what they're doing. Like, is this it's something they'll never admit. But I always would love to know, as a like the coaching staff and the executive committee and stuff like that. Are they really going for a Super Bowl every year? Because you can't, like, no way. Like, obviously, some teams know they're not winning the Super Bowl. But if like the Saints look at it like that, do they look at it like, look, we have a chance to win the Super Bowl, and let's do whatever we have to do to get it? Or is it, look, let's just try to make the best of this year, see what we have in the young players, and we keep building on from there. Either way, I'm fine.
right.
Like either way, I'm fine with it. But it's like it's such a mixed message that they're sending.
It is, man. And I even said it on the recap show. It's like they're trying to straddle that line,
right,
of competing, but like assessing and rebuilding. And it's great that you made that point, because you remember that podcast episode that Steve Weiss came on the Around NFL podcast. He was saying, like, I don't know if Steve Weiss knows anything. I mean, he has some sources, right? But he just kind of like it was when they were kind of talking about like all the teams in the NFC, and they're talking about the Saints and Steve, and this is in the off season, like right before, kind of like a month before the season started, and Steve Weiss just kind of said, like maybe they assess and see kind of what they have, and who knows, maybe after this upcoming season, like they make a play for like Russell Wilson. And I just remember how Cavalieri said it, right? Like it was just like what? Excuse me? Come again? And maybe that's what it is. But I will say, from a fan perspective, Paulson, like, maybe Don't Back Me Bro had a bad game, but you would think, keyword is think, that after a bad game, he's a rookie, you traded a 3rd round pick for Bradley Roby. Like, what message does it send if he's not starting on Sunday? You know what I mean? Like it just goes back to that, what are we doing type of thing. In the most Saints move ever, right? Tony Jones Jr. gets hurt, going to be out 3-4 weeks, go on IR. What they do? Sign Kevin Zigbo back to the team.
Are you serious? I didn't see that.
Oh, you missed this yesterday?
No, I did, man. Y'all busy.
That's right, man. They signed a Zigbo from the Jags practice squad, bro. Back to the team.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious, bro. That's fucking hilarious. And then what tripped me out is just, it goes back to what's the vision. You cut Latavius Murray.
Yes.
But you want to be a ground and pound team. Like, you want to run the ball at all costs. And look, I get him. Latavius Murray, like, was not looking good. Like, I'm not.
He was looking terrible, bro.
And am I mistaken? He's not signed by anyone right now, right?
No, he's with the Ravens, bro.
Oh, he's with the Ravens. Okay. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, okay, you cut him. We might want to try to snatch another running back, to go along with Tony Jones.
It's also a little weird to me that they cut Murray, but for the most part, they've been trying to make AKB the guy.
Yeah.
Like, Tony Jones' snaps, even when he was healthy, were pretty damn limited.
Very limited. And they're trying to turn, Alvin Kamara into, Marshawn Lynch. And he's looked like it. Sometimes I'm like, damn, he can't look like Marshawn Lynch right now the way he's running. But at the same time, it's like, is that the best use of Alvin Kamara?
Oh my God, bro! You know how much this. Oh,
I mean, he's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, man.
That's wild. Yeah. And even I think Captain Terrell had the stat that up to this point last season, I think he had, was it 30 targets, 40 targets last season? This season, 10 targets.
That is That's bad business, bro.
It's coaching
That to
malpractice,
me
bro.
is coaching malpractice, bro. That to me is I don't see how Sean Payton could look at that and be like, that's what we want to do. Like to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. Like I know, yes, Sean Payton is smarter than me in football. I know it is. That's dumb. Like that is dumb. That's dumb.
If I had a chance to bring Sean Payton on this pod, bro, you know what I'd do? I'd bring up the first half of the NFC Championship game, bro. and all the offensive state snaps of the NFC Championship game. And I just run them by Sean. And I was like, oh, you see, you had, Alvin was lined up against Corey Littleton, and Corey Littleton, like, couldn't stop him. And, like, what are we doing? Like, that's where it just gets to me of just, like, your receiving core is depleted, right? Callaway will catch a big pass here and there. The only really consistent receiving threat is our punt returner. Let's be real. And so you would think, you would utilize Alvin Kamara like AK more in the passing game. And it just doesn't happen.
Right. It just and then I really need like Cat or Larry Holder or Nick Underhill or somebody to really like stand on the table and just take those bullets and really ask like Sean a pointed question like, why is Alvin Kamara not being used in the passing game?
Come on now.
He's been one of the best, pass game running backs in the NFL for 5 years now. Why is he not being used?
Even bro, do you know how incensed I was watching the Monday Night Football game with the Chargers against the Raiders, and Joe Lombardi was cooking the Raiders defense with Austin Eckler and from the. I was like, is Joe Lombardi like Joe Lombardi calling better offensive games than Sean now? Like getting the ball to his playmakers in space? Like this is what's happening? Like this is real life?
Name me the Giants linebackers right
now. Lorenzo Carter. And that's only because he was like a draft favorite of mine when he was a prospect. That's it, bro.
Why we do not have Alvin Kamara cooking these dudes?
Can we not? Let's go back to that 3rd and 2. Let's go back to it.
Yeah.
You telling me you couldn't line AK like attached to the formation, like next to like the tight end or whatever, or even in the backfield, and just have him run like a choice route, and Jameis just like you tell me that couldn't happen? I don't
and look, man, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm projecting. I'm probably projecting. But man, I just look at Kamara. I think Kamara is frustrated, bro. Like I just see him, and he just looks like, "What are we doing here?"
You can see it, like So I know you had issues watching the game, but like that, the play call on the first 4th down play when they were in the Giants territory, and they ran like it's that staple flip play that was almost unstoppable when Josh Hill used to block him on the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
They ran that play, and they ran to the left, and it probably was a first down, but it got, like I said, the spotting was bad that entire game. So they marked him a little short, and you could just tell after that play, he was just like, huh? Like, you could tell that he didn't think that play call was the right play call at the time. I think it was like 4th and 2, give or take. It was 4th and 2.
And AK is a smart motherfucker. Like,
yes.
Very football intelligent. I'm sure he's intelligent in other ways, but football intelligence. And, it harks back to that. Remember last year there was that whole thing where, like, he came and, he suggested a different type of play, kind of using the same formation with Taysom. And, that Sean Payton ran it. It was like a great play. It was like, where is that at? Like, what? Like, what are we doing here? And it goes back to what I said on the last podcast. I feel like it's just a collection of plays on a play sheet without like a consistent offensive identity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I don't know where that starts from. Like, I know people tired of saying, Drew Brees. But that's been the Saints organization for 15 years. So with Drew Brees, it was like a synergetic organization. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole offense is just synergy. And it's just like right now, they're still trying to find that because they're trying to manage Jameis. Jameis is just being a good soldier and just doing what he's asked to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Pretty much. Like he's
That's
just doing what he's asked to do. Like if you look at his statistics over the course of the season, like he got like 8 passing touchdowns, like 1 rushing touchdown, 2 picks, has over 100 passer rating. Like he's fine. Like he has been a fine quarterback. Obviously, if you look at the tape, there's been little hiccups here and there, but at some point it's like Greg Rosenthal mentioned in the QB index, the latest one. He's like, man, like can we take the training wheels off of Jameis?
Thank you.
A little bit, like let the boy cook a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because he's trying his damnedest to just I'm going to listen to Sean Payton and do what coach tells me to do.
I will say, and I've been having him blocked for years. Sorry, Rev. Sorry, bro. I still remember when y'all had a little tiff. You changed your avatar to Rev for.
That's my dog, man. I love Rev.
But like apparently he broke down the game from Sunday in a glaring thing, and I can't speak to it because I don't have time to break down Saints all 22. Just don't have it in me. But just there being a complete lack of separation, and it's like no fucking shit, bro. What?
None.
Like
I tweeted the other day, man. I know like Curtis Johnson just standing on the sideline, like, damn, these niggas poop. Like, damn, these garbage. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, there's no like trait I could point to. Like, you remember Lance Moore? Lance Moore was an undrafted guy, but man, he was quick, shifty.
Yep.
Could get open and in short breaks, a killer in zone coverage. Yeah, Colston, who was just a box, he just boxed you up. He was like a power forward. You had, Devery Henderson just, he might not catch, 5 balls a game, but he was just quick, get out his breaks.
But the ones he caught was big ass plays.
Big play all day. Meacham, he might not do nothing for 3-4 weeks, then just catch like 3 touchdowns in the game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their little things. Like this is like this Harris, Deontay Harris, big play Harris. He's basically Devery Henderson right now. And outside of that, it's like Marcus Callaway. He does a little something here and there, but
Harvardy, bro.
He's been disappointed. He's been very disappointed though.
I said in our Discord,
with the hype that he came in with, like Marcus Callaway, he's been disappointed.
The hype he came in with from preseason, and then that Jags game, that was a fool's gold, bro.
Fool's gold, ball.
Because even I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I was like, he wearing that one jersey. That number 1 serious. And remember, we was talking. It was like, damn, like how the snaps going to work out when MT come back and all that stuff. Like,
they will be just fine.
They'll be just fine. MT ain't got nothing to worry about. Nothing.
Like, think about it. Here are we as fans. We like, shit, when Trayvon coming back?
Seriously, bro. Like, seriously. I know it's only going to be for 2 games, but, like, I am waiting on Traquan, bro. I'm waiting on him, man. Like, we need him.
He won't. He should be back after the bye. So, like, the Seahawks game, bro. Like, he should be back.
Man, listen.
But going back to the whole vision thing, right? Just hitting on this one more time before we move on, because we got to move on. But I think I see it as this, man. And we talked about on this podcast numerous times, but this team has invested so many, whether it's signings or high draft picks on defense, bro.
Yeah.
Across the board. 2 firsts, Pete Warner, Marshawn, Marcus Williams, brought back Malcolm Jenkins, third-round pick. Well, if you really want to talk about 2 third-round picks for Don't Back Me, Bradley Roby, and when they needed it the most, the defense didn't step up, bro. They allowed essentially 17 straight points from the fourth quarter to overtime.
Yeah.
So while we're like have questions about the offense, it kind of goes back to the whole team evaluation. It's like you guys as a team have ignored, besides the offensive line, which for the most part have ignored offense, weapons, skill position players. Adam Troutman, get him out my face, bro.
Get him out my face. Out my face, man.
Get my face. It was MT, which feels like forever ago when he was drafted. Traquan in the third in 2018. And, bro, that is it. Like, think about that.
Man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then it goes back to just Sean Payton's arrogance, man. Like, he believes he can make this work, man. Just with his route concepts and the plays he draws up, he believes he can make it work. And I already know how the offseason is going to play out. I already know. I don't know what's going to happen this season, but I know how the offseason is going to play out.
I want to hear this. I'm listening now.
Oh, he is going all offense, bro. All offense. He's going to try to get a quarterback. He's going to try to get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson. I don't know how. No one can predict how that's going to play out because that is. If all 3 of those players are available, that will be like one of the most unique times in NFL history.
Buddy, let's talk about it right there. God
you're talking about you're talking about a Hall of Fame player in Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You're talking about a young in his prime quarterback with Deshaun Watson with disgusting background, like a disgusting background, and you got Russell Wilson, one of the greatest quarterbacks in his generation. Like I have no idea how that's gonna play. I have no idea. Like I don't know.
And it's funny too because I tweeted this. I think it was last week. Kind of just I like to have fun on Twitter. Like anytime Russell says something, and I don't even follow him. I don't follow him. But like if he tweets something and it gets retweeted on my timeline, if I feel like I can make it into like a Saints meeting, I'm all over it. I'm doing that all season, bro. It's hilarious, right? But like. Seriously, I broke it down, right? If you go to the teams that Russell said that he wanted to go to when all that shit came out this past offseason, it was the Raiders. It was the Raiders. It was the Saints, and it was the Bears, right? Well, the Bears drafted Justin Fields, and they gave up a future first rounder to do so. They ain't getting a quarterback. We'll see what happens with the Raiders season, but Derek Carr looks like he might get an extension in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out.
Derek Carr ain't going nowhere.
So, the fourth one was the Cowboys. Well, Dak is playing like an MVP. So
no, Dak ain't going nowhere.
Going nowhere. So that leaves literally, if you just go by that list, there's one team left, Ryan. One team left. I think to your point, I think you're exactly right. And that's why, I think this season for us as fans is just going to be annoying, bro. It's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's going to feel like it's the worst. It's kind of like that purgatory. Right,
it's purgatory. It is absolutely purgatory.
Yeah, that's it.
History will look at it, they'll blame it on Jameis. And, maybe there's a little truth to that, but it's way bigger than that. Way bigger than just James.
So we'll see how it plays out. But I think, like you said, it'll be a fascinating thing. Before we get into the game, I will say, is there anyone in the Jags that we might want to trade for? Because goddamn if that storyline ain't fucking
Bruh.
You gotta talk about it, bro.
Bruh. I mean, bruh, like the Jags, that's rough, bro. That's rough. But
This
Urban
man,
Meyer out of there, bro. Urban Meyer.
he's gone, bro. He's not gonna last through the season. There's no way. There's no way.
I have no idea how the contract worked out or nothing like that, but he gone.
So let's walk the listeners through it, bro. The Jags lost a heartbreaking game last Thursday, bro. Heartbreaking. Like they should have had their first win of the season. Cincinnati roars back. Joe Burrow, LSU Twitter is going crazy because that's the only thing they can hold on to now. I get it. So for the flight, Urban didn't fly back to Florida, and the Jags went back home, bro. Like that in itself, when you say that, you're like, what?
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Because remember, bro, they played in Cincinnati, Ohio, his old stomping grounds. So when the team flew back to Florida, Urban said, I'm gonna chill out. You hear me?
Because as a college coach, that's the type of shit college coaches do, bro. You gotta understand, as a college head coach, it's like that's one of the most it's much better to be like a great college head coach than a great NFL head coach. I truly believe that.
I don't think there's any debate. Bro.
If you Nick Saban, I live in Alabama.
He's a god, bro.
He's the most powerful person in Alabama.
Yep.
The most powerful person. He is the king.
Yep.
King, bro. And so when you own it like that, bro, it's like, so I don't even blame her. Like through all this, I ain't even blaming Urban. Like Urban just doing Urban, man. Urban living his life, bro. Urban living his life, dog.
But what killed me the most, bro? I guess the second video, I must have missed it, bro. I saw the first one, homegirl, give him a little boom boom, on the crotch. But when that second video came out,
hey, I don't want to hear. We've all been there.
Please don't think I am criticizing Urban.
But that second video, though, Urban trying to boot it.
When I tell you, I hollered, bro.
I hear the chick. I was like, "This got to be a spoof. Like this is a spoof. Somebody recreated this,
right? Like this is doctored, bro." This ain't the NFL head coach trying to finger bang this college girl's ass on camera,
bro. Oh man. The funniest shit is when what's his name? The reporter, he works for NFL Network.
Which one? Oh, right, bro.
He usually covers the Seattle area.
Michael Silver?
Michael Silver, yeah. He said, like, basically, anonymous player, of course, Urban Meyer canceled the team meeting the next day. Like, there's always that meeting the next day to go over the loss. They just canceled the whole meeting. There was no meeting. Because I guess he was coming from Ohio, and, he apparently met with players personally to talk about the issue and apologize and all that shit. I'm like, man, this is going down fast, bro.
I had two questions. One, got to know, the Urban sniff it or not?
That's what I was looking at the video. I was like, you got to sniff, bro. You got to smell it. You're going to smell it, bro. You just see how that thing, ooh, they marinated. Ooh. Gotta make sure it's marinated.
And then I wish our boy John Shipley because today was like the press conference, right? Where Urban had to like address it for the first time. And I wish John Shipley would have just asked him, so Coach Urban Meyer, did you GTD? I gotta know if Urban got the draws, bro. Like
I got the draws. Because I mean, look, I saw the pictures and all that. Like, so hey, I'm trying to walk a fine line here, but it looks like she was taking pictures.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah. But like the way he quoted it, like in the press conference, like he's like, yeah, I think my marriage with Shelly, can withstand this, bro.
Man, look, hey, I don't know what they got going on. Shit.
Woo!
This ain't the first for Urban, so who knows?
What a great week this past week when that broke, bro.
That was the highlight, man. That was the highlight. I don't give a shit about the Saints.
Yeah, bro. As soon as that Urban news came out, I was like, "Fuck these niggas! This is hilarious." I know Greg's in London, but I said, Greg, I need you on the podcast to like do an all 22 of the video, bro. I need you to just break it down, bro. Anyhow, let's talk about the upcoming game at Washington, D.C. We talked about, you hit it on this point tremendously. The Redskins always fucking play the Saints. Or sorry, Washington football team always play the Saints.
I don't care who quarterback. Jason Campbell, motherfucking Heineken, motherfucking Kirk Cousins, or whatever.
Doesn't matter, bro.
It don't matter.
We done seen this story, bro. We done seen it. And here's the thing. Washington has had one of the most overrated defenses all season.
Oh, so overrated.
Just bust in the coverage. Just terrible, bro.
And that's what makes me know. Like, Chase Young, it's his time, baby. He gonna let him know this.
You know this. You've seen this story too many times, Ryan.
I've watched this team for too long.
I already know it's coming on Sunday, bro. I know it.
We gonna know they're gonna Chase Young gonna be
in the defensive player of the year conversation after we play him.
He go FedEx player,
bro.
Defensive player of the week, all that, bro. I'm telling you.
He going against, and hashtag put him rehearse my dude, bro. He my dude. But he's still a backup. He's still a backup left tackle, bro.
I've seen this story too much, bro.
Greg is like, the Saints should just blow these guys out. I was like, Greg, did you miss the Giants game, bro?
Like, I ain't gonna lie though. Even though I could see it happening, like that would tell me a lot. Like you said, it's a big game. It's a big game.
Yes.
It's probably not, in the grand scheme of of anything, but like just personally as fans knowing who this team is, trying to figure them out. If they win, say they win handily, say they just win and take care of business. It doesn't tell you a ton, but if they lose bad, it tells you a lot, bro. Yep. It tells you a lot. Like, okay, one, they can't pick themselves up after the loss. Two, they can't get up against an opponent they really should beat.
Backup quarterback. They're going against a backup quarterback. Antonio Gibson didn't practice today. We don't know if he's going to play. Again, we recorded this on Wednesday. He'll probably end up playing. It's the Saints. It sounds like the football team may be down a lot of weapons. Like Curtis Samuel's not practicing. Like a lot of their receivers aren't practicing.
Don't matter.
No, we know, bro. We know.
The Giants was down two offensive skill makers, and that shit was like a blessing.
They're like, oh shit, we got to get Tony on the field more. Didn't even know what we had in Kadarius until we played the Saints.
Man, John Ross, like, come on now.
But what are what are the keys, going into this game? Like I think if you have a bad defense, and Washington is shown to have, to be a bad defense, it's all going to start with the pass protection, bro. But if the Saints can get decent to good pass protection for Jameis, I think this got to be the game. Sean takes the training wheels off completely.
You got to take it off, bro. I think you play into their hand if you try to play small ball.
Yep.
If you go in there trying to I'm just going to take this 5-yard dump off, trying to manage the clock and this and that or whatever. I think you play it to their head, man. I think you have to go into this game with a kind of like a killer mindset to just put them in a hole, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put them in a hole, and don't be – give Jameis some options, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be like, okay, once we get to midfield, we'll take the shot. Like, you can do shots at 20. You can do shots at 30. You know what I'm saying? Or let's get Alvin Kamara involved in the pass game. Like, I don't know, man. It's
something.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm really thinking about writing a letter to Sean Payton, like just an old-fashioned letter.
Just like Stan, bro.
Like Stan, I'm put like glitter on the envelope and stuff, and just like, can you please use Alvin Kamara in the passing game more? Thanks. Add that boy. It's just like
put your ad in it.
It's like, bro, like, please, like, I don't understand. I don't understand it. A lot of things in football that even a lot of fans disagree with, I understand it. Even from I could put myself in the coach's position. Like, okay, I get why he did that. I don't understand it with Alvin Kamara. Don't get it.
Don't get it.
You can't explain it. Like, you can't give me a good reason why he's not being used in the passing game more. Unless you tell me like, oh well, Jameis is just not going that way. It's like, okay. But
that's a problem. That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a different problem. But I don't think that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I think a big key in this game, especially when the Saints are on offense, it just kind of goes back to, I said it earlier, just pass protection, man. Like James Hurst, put him in the Hurst, going to have a big game. Ryan Ramczyk, he's had a very up and down season. He's going against Montez Sweat. The interior of, I know the Washington defense hasn't been playing well, but the interior, has, Allen, the draft pick from Alabama, who's been a good player for them. To me, like, it's if I don't know what the game plan is going to be, but if the Saints could get protection offensively, I would expect and hope them to have a good offensive game against the Washington football team. But to me, like, this defense, after the showing that they had on Sunday, like, they gotta bounce back, bro.
And it's a profit defense. I really expect them to bounce back. Like, I'd be extremely disappointed if they had like another rough game, because like the defense is very prideful, man. Like, CD Deuce, that's my dog, but he talked this little shit before the Giants game, and CD had a rough game, bro. Like, everybody had a rough game. CD, Marshawn, Malcolm J, everybody had a rough game. Who first? What's up, bro? Like, bro, I'm ready to write. I wrote an apology to Pete Werner. I put that on me. You know what I'm saying? I put my name on that. I apologize to Pete Werner for slandering him.
Pete gonna be all right, bro. Pete gonna be all right. We were wrong. Right. We were wrong.
We'll never make a Pro Bowl. But he's a good, solid linebacker. I'm just saying that's what he is, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. But who first, bro? Like, I will gladly write an apology letter to you. I will put it all on Twitter, and I won't even use my dude for the clip. I will put my own face.
Oh, it ain't gonna be Brian. It's gonna be you.
It ain't gonna be Brian from East. It's gonna be me. I would gladly apologize. Like, give me 2-3 game stretch of just dominance, because right now we had the Panthers game, and pretty much that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see him cook, man. Like, beat Heineken to a pulp.
Yeah, I mean, and it'll be interesting to see what the defensive plan is on this game because you know Heineke can scramble too. Bruh, if that game plan is like let's play zone again, and they not getting pressure, like
there's no reason they should play a lot of zone in this game.
None, bruh. Like if I know you haven't had the chance to go back and do it. I know you won't. But if you just were to watch those snaps against the Giants, you'd be like, what the fuck is DA doing, bro? You would just be like, what are you doing? It made no sense. Like,
if you listen to Sean Payton's presser that week, all he talked about was Daniel Jones scrambling and running ability. Like, I really think that was their focus.
I guess
it's coaching malpractice, bro. Like,
I guess, like, it's like at least get beat by.
Yeah.
Like, get beat. Like, if he scrambled for 30 yards, 40 yards, and then you switch it up.
Exactly.
I get it. But, like, they're, like, after, like, maybe, like, the first quarter, like, quarter and a half, it just felt like it was strictly zone. And I wish I could have, like, the breakdown of how much zone was ran. But by far, that was the game. Like, the game against the Giants, they played the most zone that they played all season. And
against Washington, man, you man these guys up, force Heineken to make, pinpoint accurate throws, and force these dudes to win, man. Like,
come on, man. Like it's like Marshawn, like he's going to go. I don't know if they were at Ohio State at the same time, and Terry McLaurin, if they were teammates, they might have been. I don't know.
They probably was around each other, I think.
Yeah, but that'll be a great matchup. Period, man.
It really is a great matchup. Yeah.
Love
that's
Scary
somebody
Terry.
you should get up for.
Yes, love Scary Terry at the prospect. But Marshawn should be attached to him, be following him around the whole entire game, which also didn't make sense to me, against the Giants game, why he wasn't on Kenny Galladay the whole time. But that was more zone.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Galladay was kind of putting it on him a little bit. I was like,
he had some
physical. You know what I'm saying? He was playing.
He had a couple of decent plays, but like in crunch time, they had put a Debo on him, and it was when they were driving to score the field goal.
And so, like Galladay he's too mature of a wide receiver. He's going to beat Debo. You know what I'm saying?
That's why. Like it was like the fourth quarter, and time was kind of running down. And I'm like, we got a third-round rookie on Kenny Galladay? Huh? And we just paid Marshawn how much? Huh?
But even then, like, Marshawn to do some shit like, what's the tight end for the Giants that they took from the Vikings?
Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, man, that was a beautiful play. That was a beautiful play. Like, he started, with outside leverage.
Oh, my God. When he should have picked. Oh,
should have picked it. It would have been beautiful if he picked it. But just to get inside it, that was beautiful. So it's like the skill is still there. It's not like we're worrying about Marshawn Lattimore, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, don't let, just keep focused, bro. Like, keep focused, man. That's the only thing holding them back.
That's it. Logan Thomas is on IR for the Washington football team. Like this Washington team is hurt, injured, backup quarterback, one of the worst defenses in the NFL right now. And yet, as a fan, to me, it's still like a 50-50 game, bro.
Very 50-50.
Like that's where this Saints team is to me right now.
Especially when, like, come on, man. Like, this game is about offense. The NFL is about offense, man. And as long as we create for defense, it's still an offensive game. And
it is. The Saints game last week against the Giants was a microcosm of it. But I think the perfect example of that whole theory, just go back to that game, 49ers against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, bro. Just go back to it. Right?
Yeah.
Like that Niners defense, ferocious, bro. Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa's rookie season, Fred Warner, just ferocious. They had a double-digit lead, fourth quarter. What did Kansas City have? 15? 15 in weapons, bro. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Because the game is designed for it. Like the NFL rules, everything. It's designed for that.
Let's go back. Let's go back last Sunday. And Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers. He had 38, 40 seconds left. 3 plays. Kicking the game-winning field goal. Come on, man.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that.
If you can't, you're handicapped as a team. Like you have everything else on the team has to be so elite and so perfect. And even then, like the Saints defense has shown us for seasons that it is upper echelon. And when they need it to be elite for like 10 plus minutes on Sunday, couldn't do it. Part of that probably was game plan and scheme, but still couldn't do it.
Yeah. So, and it's just crazy that we're talking about that, and it's a Sean Payton team. You know what I'm saying? Like, after week 1, everybody was like, oh, Drew Brees, Sean Payton made Drew Brees or whatever. But now we start to see it's like, ain't that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Drew was a bad boy out there, bro. Like
Drew was a motherfucking dog, man.
He was a killer. He was a killer, bro.
So it's all these things go together, and that's not to say Jameis is not good, but it's just like they need to figure each other out. Like Sean Payton and Jameis, they really need to figure each other out. And I don't know how that dynamic works. Whether it's Jameis being more upfront about what he likes to do and what he doesn't like to do, because I understand Jameis' position. The dude is a first-round pick, on his last leg of his career, trying to save his career. So he's with one of the greatest coaches in the NFL saying, look, ego out the window, I'm going to do what the coaches tell me to do. And I 100% respect that. But at the same time, on the flip side, the coaches got to be like, look, I have this talent, great arm, smart. Let's max him out. Let's push the limits of his ability. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you're saying all this. You know what it kind of reminds me of? First couple of months last season when Tom Brady was in Tampa Bay.
Oh, it's true. No, it's true. It's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great, bro. Like,
nope.
People forget, like, it was not great in the beginning of last year with Tom Brady. And it does take time sometimes, man. Like, that's why I'm not ready to make, like, these drastic decisions. These drastic, opinions about the Saints, but I can make drastic opinions about the offensive weapons. Like, that's what I can make drastic opinions about. And it will get better, with players coming back, but still, man, it's just like my whole approach this offseason would have been, let's make Jameis succeed. Let's take every opportunity to make sure he succeeds.
And I think it was, besides maybe the draft, that was hard because of their cap space situation, right? Like they had so much, like, free agency wise, they were very limited and very tapped. But like, bro, do you realize that Smokey Brown's still a free agent right now?
Still out there. You got it. What's wrong? What's going on?
And I think it just goes back to it's the lack of investing or lack of investment in offensive weapons over a course of what? Michael Thomas was drafted in 2016?
Yeah.
So they drafted Michael Thomas in 2016. They drafted Alvin 2017. They drafted Traquan 2018. And they drafted Adam Troutman 2020.
So
that's it, bro. Like, just weapon-wise, that is it. Like, how crazy is that?
Nothing in 5 years.
Wow, bro. It's wild. And, like, we just, I think as fans, we just fed up, bro. We just, like, just go get somebody. Can you bring somebody in. What does this feel like, bro? Like, we just like Anthony Miller got cut from the Bears today.
Anthony Miller, I'm like, please let me see an Anthony Miller tweet in the morning.
like Anthony Miller, bro, not even that good, but he can run decent routes and get open.
Right, it's like people are like, oh, he's not there. I'm like, I don't care, man. Like just something, man. I do think Kenny Stills, we just starting to see like week to week, he's getting inserted a little more. So I think
yes,
you're gonna start seeing him cook a little bit. You know, him and Jameis.
Yeah, like that shot play that got called back. Shout out to Adam Troutman, but again, I don't bring that on Adam Troutman because that was a terrible offensive scheme. Perfect example of it, bro. Like beautiful route, beautiful throw, beautiful catch, just everything, bro. Everything you wanted was in that play. It just happened not to count. And also in your letter that you write to Sean, can you put like a PS and just say, stop putting Taysom in at quarterback to throw deep balls, bro? Like you have this offensive guru who stresses, getting a quarterback in rhythm, making him comfortable.
Oh, speak on it.
I'm just, bruh, like you know how it is sometimes when, and not just the Saints, you just watching a quarterback and rookie quarterback, experienced quarterback, NFL, college, whatever, right? Maybe they just off, right? So you get, their head coach or offensive coordinator, just give them a layup, just an easy throw, right? Get him settled in, as they say in the commentary, right? So in the second half, like Sean took when you have the training wheels off on your bike. So if Sunday's that second half, Sean took one of the wheels off the training wheels off, bro. The second one was still on, but one of them came off, right?
Yeah. And
Jameis did well. Like he did well. And then it's like you preach this quarterback in rhythm, quarterback, in the zone, whatever. But then you're gonna throw the backup quarterback in there and throw a pass, and then you're gonna bring the Jameis back in to throw more passes. Think about what that does to like rhythm and consistency.
Yeah.
Throws it off, bro.
No, man. But Sean Payton doesn't have anybody in the building to say, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody's there. Nobody's there, man. And we all need that. That's just not in the NFL. That's
in life,
every
bro.
aspect of life. Every aspect of life.
Shit. We've known each other for years. There've been times where we've been like, nigga, what are you doing?
Right. Exactly. I mean, one of the greatest things that happened to me in my, professional career was, my, professional mentor or whatever, putting me to the side is like, fuck you doing, man? Like you fucking up. You know what I'm saying? You're really smart. You're good at this. You're good at that, but you're fucking up. You can go really far in this, in this profession if you stop fucking up and take it seriously. I was like, oh, I appreciate that. And I wasn't mad at him or nothing. I was like, thank you for telling me that shit.
Right.
I got my shit straight and I, sailed from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't even have to be that big for Sean. It was just like, with Sean, it's just like, bro, stop doing that dumb shit.
Stop. Bring Mark back, bro. I would trade a 6 to bring Mark back just for him to tell Sean that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't got to take a snap, bro. Just like, oh, stop doing that dumbass shit. Bring back AD, man. Ass.
All right, so we wrapped up. I mean, we previewed the game, the football team game as much as we were going to. Like, it's not because to me, like this game isn't so much X's and O's, bro.
Yeah,
it's just like which Saints team is going to show up.
Yeah, it's beyond.
That's it.
Are we going to be that team that just wins a week, loses next week, wins next week, loses next week? And then
Sean literally did a motivational tactic talking about being a yo-yo team. And this nigga's out here yo-yo coaching. If he don't get out my face right now, bro.
That's what Kat was tweeting about. I was like, what you talking about yo-yos?
Yeah. Like he did the whole he put yo-yos in all the team and all the people on all the players on the team locker rooms before the Giants game, bro. And was stressing, don't be a yo-yo team. Like you went to New England and beat the Patriots, But like, can you do it? Like, can you be consistent?
Anytime Sean do shit like that, I'm like, oh,
It's like, it's just like the cheese thing, bro.
cheese and the oh my
Bury the ball.
rolling the stacks of what 250,000 in cash into the locker room.
Just coach, John. Just coach.
Coach, bro. Like, we ain't got to do all that. Please.
What are you doing? Like, I need a Ryan. What are you doing, bro?
What you doing, man?
All right, y'all. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back on Sunday night recapping the game against the Washington football team. Again, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll get access to the recap pod Sunday night. Shout out to our dude Rod on. I finally was able to get the tumblers from the draft out to Rod and to David. Rod, you know what? I don't want to hear it, Ryan. Rod got his on Monday. David, who's in the UK, it's coming. It's on the way. Rod gave us some love on social media. I know that. Shout out to our dude Dart Saint. He saw it on social media. Now he wanted a tumbler, so he has the tumblers that's going to be in the works. And this is just stuff that's just from us. Like, if you support us, we support you guys. That simple, man. So that said, we appreciate all the support. If we didn't have y'all support, like we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be getting offers to join a podcast network or to have sponsorship opportunities or anything like that. And we truly, truly do appreciate that more than you guys know. So we appreciate all the support. And thank you. If you're listening to this, you've been holding out on becoming a Patreon, just click the link. Click the link. We've seen an influx of Patreons lately. It's great. Join the Discord. We have fun in there when it's active. So, you have access to talk to me, talk to Ryan when we're on about numerous things, Saints related, other things. So, and the perks of being a Patreon member are still increasing. So, that said, have fun on Sunday. Enjoy the game. With that, we're out.
Peace.
O'Reilly.
You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
Oh,